on the banks of the Mississippi River, home to the king of rock and roll and also the Memphis Tigers, where the fans have moved the party from Beale Street and are ready for kickoff. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the American. As we'll see, the South Florida Bulls taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Memphis Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the USF Bulls offense will go on the attack first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Might be changing the route. Brown will throw it. Got his man quickly. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Bulls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He is lucky to get that one back in the last is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Shoots it to the left. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much. And the Bulls line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. So the Memphis Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you're leaving Jesse going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Lewis wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Memphis will be forced to punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Slips through the line. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown wants to pass. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
The runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it over. We're already in field goal range, and he's like, nah, man, I got my matchup one-on-one. I know where I'm going, and not just that. I'm not just going to get the first. I'm going to set you up now.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown Bulls. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the point after is good. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Lewis to throw. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
That was a 3rd down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game, and so on 3rd down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. And the Tigers are marching down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because.
He's loose. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. You can win a lot of trivia challenges if you ask how long it's been since Memphis had a losing season. They've reeled off 11 straight winning campaigns, and Ryan Silverfield does it without big-time recruits.
No, but he has got great balance on offense. Very, very creative on that side of the football. And over the years, whoever's been the head coach and play caller, that's one thing they've seemed to do. They're a very, very tough out year in, year out.
Explosive offense. That's what you always expect. No matter who plays, come and go, these offenses are always fun to watch, high-flying, and put up a bunch of points.
That's the end of the period, and USF is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37.
At the 37-yard line. Now, 4th down.
It would have been a 54-yarder if they'd tried the field goal. Instead, they'll try to convert on 4th and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pulls it in. It's Caldwell. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Keeps the play going. Pressure coming. Trying to make match. It's a running room. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, as this offense is trying to find their rhythm and try and get on the scoreboard here, trailing 7-0, it's been the running game that has gotten them into position in this drive, right? They're down in the red zone now. It looks like the quarterback...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Caught behind the line. It's Sullivan. Turning it on. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. The Bulls come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. From the gun, the running back has it. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Brown will throw it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Bulls will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but not able to get to the first down marker.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Going up top again. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They go to the wide receiver screen. The Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short. On the move, it's Norton. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Looking for a productive play on first down. Brown wants to pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all...
Kearney on the Jets. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. And the Bulls will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. And how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Always a welcome play for the deep. They get a sack at the 47.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback may change this route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Bulls decide to punt it away. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. But see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Here comes the heat. On the run, fires downfield. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Brown will throw it. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asked to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity.
Gonna take a shot. Catch in stride inside the 15. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Memphis. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know.
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Memphis wants to move quickly.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Memphis just keeps moving the chains on this drive. They're set up with another first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Lewis wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Smith. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. On 1st and goal, let's see if Memphis can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Memphis! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory. He might have a question or two to answer about that decision. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Power football with the run. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Brown wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. And the Bulls come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Got it, looking for a first. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Bulls will line it up on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Caught in the backfield. It's Norton. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try the run. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Gives it on the option. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
The short hands, it's Hawkins. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They'll move the tight end. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Lewis to throw. He's got an open man. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Tigers are flying down the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Got the back over the middle. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed.
There he goes. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking to throw on first down. It's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Grabbed over the middle. It's crossed. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Lewis wants to pass. Touchdown, Tiger! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. That's caught. It's Singleton. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Forced out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Turns it on in midfield. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Scrambling away. Strong pass rush. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
That pass is incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
And the Bulls need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more.
He unleashes a long one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Lewis to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Tight end now in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the middle. He's got it. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Memphis picking up the tempo.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They probably...
It's a seam wide open. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. The give as they work on that clock. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Handoff from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. This offense has it with really good field position. Leaves it with the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. 1 more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run it from the gun. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Memphis. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards of field position. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quickly complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
With the win today,